G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. I hope you're ready for a spooky Halloween cocktail because the challenge guys are back. The boys are back. We haven't had a challenge for a while. Rob from Rob's Home Bar, Vino from 60 Second Cocktails, and Booze on the Rocks, Dave, have all said, let's do a Halloween challenge. They're calling it Monster Smash 2021. And it's pretty simple. Do a spooky cocktail. Have it with a smashed fruit and a herb. And have a spooky garnish. Hashtag Monster Smash. Put it up before Halloween. So I am going to do a variant on a zombie that fits in with that, and let's see what I can do there. With a zombie, there's a kind of sort of traditional recipe, but I would not let anyone dictate to you what you put in your zombie. A zombie is basically a lot of rum, especially overproof rums, and some fruit juices, and I reckon whatever you want. The idea of being constrained with your zombie recipe I find ridiculous, so I'm going to do a couple of things that are definitely outside standard to stay in line with the challenge, and one is I'm going to put some raspberries in. That's like 6 raspberries. I just got a handful of raspberries, and I'm going to muddle them lightly, put them in my shaker tin. I'm not going to really crush them because I'm going to shake this with ice and that will pulverize them as well. But step one is some raspberries lightly muddled. Now come the rums. There's usually at least one of the more mellow rums, a lightly aged rum, gold rum. For fun, I'm using plantation pineapple. Not exactly traditional, but like I said, don't let anyone tell you that you should be constrained by a really narrow range of what a zombie is, because you can really improvise. But I'm going to start with 1.5 ounces of plantation pineapple. For the first of the overproof rums, I'm going to do 1 ounce or 30 mils of Smith & Cross. This is a 57% alcohol rum. But yeah, again, improvise with what you've got basically. It doesn't all have to be overproof. It's kind of traditional with a zombie because the idea is it's a zombie because it like knocks you out. But I'm going to go 1 ounce, 30 mils of the Smith & Cross. For a bit more kick now, I'm doing a 151 proof rum. This is an Australian rum, Inner Circle, made in the Beanley Distillery in Brisbane. But you can go with something that you can get a hold of just for fun. Let's really go for it with over a 150 proof rum. But we'll just do about 2/3 of an ounce, around 20 mils of really overproof rum. To get some interesting island spice flavors in there, we want to do about 1/2 ounce of falernum. Now, there are a lot of different falernums on the market. John D. Taylor's Velvet Falernum is the classic. I don't actually have that at the moment. I've got the Bitter Truth Golden Falernum, which is very nice. It is actually noticeably different to the John D. Taylor. But again, go with what you've got. I'm going to do 15 mils, 1/2 ounce of falernum. That's all the booze. Let's go with some juices now. Again, in this area, I think you should feel absolutely free to improvise with what juices you put in. To me, a zombie's just a bunch of rum and a bunch of juices. But again, adhering to largely a traditional recipe, I'm now going to go with 1 ounce or 30 mils of pineapple juice. I'm also adding some lime juice in here, about 2/3 of an ounce or around 20 mils of lime juice. Now, here's where I'm really going to improvise. A traditional zombie recipe will reference Donn's mix, which was a proprietary Donn the Beachcomber mix, and about 5 mils or a bar spoon of grenadine. Now, Donn's mix has been deciphered as basically being a cinnamon syrup with grapefruit juice in it, so not that complex. But I have to admit, and this is one of my pet hates with bartending, when people get really finicky about stuff. They say you have to do this, and you look at it and go, what? Like a bar spoon, 5 mils of grenadine amongst about 3 ounces of rum, most of which is overproof. The concept that you could taste 5 mils of grenadine in that is patently ridiculous to me. But anyway, I'm improvising, and this bit is a bit of my own. This is a clarified sweet and sour syrup I made. Has lemon, lime, and blood orange in it. There's a video that shows how I made this. So rather than the Donn's mix and the grenadine, I'm going to put in 1/2 ounce of my very special syrup. And that is it. Add ice to the shaker, put the shaker together, bang it in hard, give that a solid shake for 10 or 15 seconds. I'm going to strain this into my tiki goblet filled with ice. The straining is important because I'm saving the squished raspberries for the garnish. So we strain that in. Nicely done. And I'll put the garnish together to meet the final part of the challenge of the Monster Smash Challenge. I saved the crushed raspberries. This is a tribute to one of my favourite TV shows, The Walking Dead. When the people want to disguise themselves among the zombies, they cover themselves in zombie guts so they smell like zombies. So my zombie smash is with the smashed raspberries on top to be zombie guts, and it's much redder than your average zombie because we're going for the full horror spectrum. And little bit of rosemary here for a nice look as well. Wow, sorry, all the rum's in there. I just took a really big sip and the rums are really kicking in. Like, really, the legend goes Donn the Beachcomber had the zombie on the menu and said you can order a maximum of 2 in a night because they're too strong. I'm going to stick with 1. I'm just going to slowly sip this because this is really strong. So that's a word of warning to you out there making your own zombie. Do it with caution. Check out the hashtag Monster Smash 2021 because you'll probably find some really good Halloween cocktails on that hashtag as well. This is mine, the Zombie Smash. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy whatever you're doing over Halloween. And hey, I hope to see you again soon. So if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. And if you're not already subscribed, if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll know when I upload more videos. But in the meantime, I do hope you look after yourself, look after people around you, enjoy your Halloween, whatever that may be. And until I see you again, cheers.